Well, good morning. Snow, first snow in Indiana. November 10th, probably in the peak of the rut right now. Come out here a little late. I had to help my wife get the kids ready for school this morning, and she's got the day off, and I almost didn't go hunting this morning because I got some issues on my truck I got to address. But that being said, I'm going to sneak my way in here. I don't get to go with my original plan because there's some guys beat me out here to the spot. I thought I'd be the only one out here, but they beat me to the spot heading west where I wanted to go. So we're going to adjust a little bit because I don't like to go in and ruin people's hunt. So I'm going to try my best to avoid them. They was here first, and just give them a little common courtesy, and so they can enjoy their hunt. And hopefully, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to the edges of these fields. I was talking to my boss. He said he's seen some running the edges of the fields, and I'd say right now with the snow hitting, they're going to be wanting to get out there and feed. They're going to be kind of panicking a little bit, and they might even be chasing. You just never, it's the rut, and you never know what they're going to be doing really right now. They could be doing anything and be anywhere. With the way the snow is or the wind is blowing right now, I'd say they may be bedded. I know some bedding like east on that first spot that I wanted to set up. So if them guys went in there, they would have pushed them deer where I'm about to be heading. So that being said, we're going to get geared up. I'm not even going to set up today. I'm going to try to make my way along the edges of these fields and just kind of be the buck. Just kind of stop and give little calling sequences here and there, and kind of soft grunt, and kind of just work my way along nice and slow, and see, maybe we can't catch some bucks chasing a doe or something, and maybe even find one bedded down or something. I don't know. We're just gonna go in here and still hunt our way along and see what happens. Back at this place. Haven't seen hide nor hair of any movement, and I just found my first fresh deer tracks out here. Man, talk about a view. Something you just don't get to experience unless you're a hunter. I'm sure most people think coming out here into these conditions is just miserable, and they never do it, but man, I love it. I love it. It is gorgeous out here with the snow dropping, everything. I'm running low on time, got some stuff I got to accomplish at home, and I got another area. If the wind stays like this, I got another area that I ain't been into yet that was good in the late season last year. I just haven't had the time to get in there, so I think I got vacation all this week. Other than tomorrow, I got to work tomorrow, one day. I think I'm going to sneak in there tonight if the wind stays right, and I'll probably hunt there for the rest of the week. It's a long hike back in there, but it is well worth it. So we're going to circle our way back around to the truck and kind of run our way, call here and there, and see what happens. And if nothing happens, we'll try it again tonight. Well, back to the truck. Didn't see any deer, but that's alright. It was absolutely beautiful out there. and take this time to discuss that I've been getting a little bit frustrated with the hunting thing, and gotta take this time to remind myself that I chose to do self-filmed traditional archery hunts on public land. I chose to do that and examine why I did that, and that is because I'm in it for the adventure. And you know, if I was to go out and kill one real quick, super easy and stuff, I would more than likely, like, I'm not going to say I'd be disappointed, but you know, I'd be upset that my season was over. So I just got to take the time to remind myself of why I choose to hunt the way I do. And that is because I'm in it for the adventure. I love to chase deer. And I love to, and not develop property and stuff like that. I like to go out and scout and hunt the sign and try to meet them on their own terms. And sometimes I let it get away from me. I let the fact that I haven't harvested an animal, and I know that it's probably going to take years. I've hunted for years, and I've killed one small buck with my recurve bow. And you just got to be grateful. Anytime you get to come out here into the woods and hunt, actually go out there and hunt, be a predator, is a blessing. And you got to take, it's a victory every time. Every single time it's a victory. And even though I was frustrated about not being able to call any of them bucks in this weekend and everything, multiple occasions I've proved myself right. They was bedding where I thought they was bedding. They was doing what I thought they was doing. I kind of patterned them and figured out where they was moving and everything. And I think if I'd have had one more day in that sign-in area only, that I could have probably got an opportunity at a big buck. I'm learning every time I go into the woods. I am learning something new about these deer and their behavior. And so if you're like me and you start to get a little frustrated, when somebody once said, remember, your hobby's their life. And I think it's important that we honor the deer by meeting it on its level. And I just wanted to put that out there. I've been feeling a little frustrated, and this was a good hunt this morning. I didn't see the first deer, not a single deer, but it was beautiful out, and this morning was a nice grounding adventure to go and just kind of walk the perimeter of these fields and grunt my way through and look for sign. And sometimes I think about giving up, but I love to hunt deer, and I could never give this up. My wife says it's a hobby, and it is not. It is a way of life. If you love chasing a whitetail and turkeys and basically any reason you can find to get out into the woods, if you're like me, then every single time is a victory. So I just wanted to share that. If you feel the same, then, you know, give me a like. Oh, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Heading back in for our evening hunt. I did a whole lot of scouting here before season come in, and I keep the snow off of this thing. Come in here, I hunted a bunch in here in the late season last year, and this was still a pretty good spot, probably because it's about a 3.5-4 mile hike get back in here to the good stuff. I'm sure you could hunt up front too. In fact, I think staying up towards the campground would probably be better in a lot of scenarios in the morning, catching them coming to bed. But I feel really confident in this evening's hunt. We got great conditions, great wind to go back in here, wind blowing out over the lake. I'm pretty sure I have a really good handle on where the bucks are bedding out here. I know where the food sources are. I did a lot of scouting here, and I bet you I could catch them coming to wind check. If I get down in these bottoms, I can catch them wind checking for does, feeding on them white oak ridges. So, try to keep this interview short, but we're just starting to ease our way back in here. And I got a long ways to go. I tried to keep the layers light, that way I wouldn't sweat my ass off. And we're gonna try to get down in here, then head down onto the flats where the lake is drained, and try to walk them flats back in there to the particular ridgeline that I'm wanting to hunt tonight. I got a good feeling. A good feeling. Conditions are great. So, we'll see you back there. Well, just goes to show you that even when you walk about 4 miles back in, you probably run into other hunters on public land. And now, I haven't even made it to my setup yet, and I already walked up on a little doe back here. But I think I'm down in the creek, and she acted like she had no idea I was around, so I'm going to try to basically just follow her that way. Set up down in this bottom. That way when the temperature drops, it's sucking all my scent down into this bottom. And if a buck comes down along this bottom of this ridge line, checking thermals, thermal checking this top where the other guy went, he went up high. I'm gonna stay low. He said he's going right. I told him I'd go left and follow the creek. It doesn't have to be a fight, guys. We're all in this together. You're way better off just coordinating with each other and being cordial, and a little bit of kindness goes a long way. Not even set up yet and already got deer moving. I'm gonna try to sneak just a little farther. I'd like to get up in here where it's a little thicker. I like it. We finally made it back here. Got us in a pretty good spot, I think. That other feller, he should be up the hill from me. And while I'm by definitely no means an expert, I think he went too high, personally. And now that the sun's going down and them thermals start pulling, I think if anything that's going to work to my benefit. So, sorry buddy. I think that any deer that come downhill of him are going to hit his thermals, and it is just going to push them towards me. Pretty much followed that little doe up the creek. She fed her way along. the hill, hardly about 10 yards. That way I can still shoot down to that creek bed. And I got a bunch of log jams here that kind of create a funnel, where I think if the buck comes right down the bottom of this ridge, wind checking the thermals up the hill, these logs will crawl, kind of choke point him, cause him to come right by me. Wind's starting to die down, sun's starting to go down, and the temperature's starting to drop. Should be pulling them thermals right back into this creek now. Falling right to the base of the tree. Oh, there goes some deer right there already. And that little four-pointer in front of me act like they read the script, so hopefully they hang out right there and bring a big boy by me. They did just like I thought they would. just want to take a minute to close out this video. Freaking outstanding hunt tonight. Could not ask for a better hunt unless unless I killed a big mature buck. But other than that, I had an opportunity at a decent little basket rack 8-pointer. I could have totally shot with my recurve. But I ain't dragging no buck like that 4 miles back to the truck. If I'm going to shoot a buck back in there, it's going to be a big one. That being said, just an outstanding, phenomenal night of hunting. Could not ask for a better night. And I'm really, really, really grateful I get to share it with all of you via video. Oh. Just grateful for the night. I really needed that confidence boost. Those deer all followed the script, did exactly what I wanted to do. It's nice to know that you're not, it's nice to know that you're kind of figuring things out. Oh, I just can't express how great that night was. And in the final statement here, without disclosing our hunting location too much, if you're that dude that ran into me back there, and you remember that guy, the saddle hunting guy with the hand-me-down recurve bow and the camouflage duct tape all over his camera and everything, I wish you the best of luck with the rest of your season, dude. I hope you kill you a big one. If you happen to come across this video, hit me up. So, with that being said, I'm going to close this video out, and I got to work tomorrow. It's the one day this week I got to work. And I'm going to be back out after him Wednesday through Sunday. I'll be hunting hard, and I'm probably going to be coming back to Bliss Place with the way it went. And I mean, be dumb not to. The rut is on, obviously, and it's just a matter of time. If I can get back in there, I'll probably try to do some all-day hunts this week. I think I got good chances of getting a big mature buck on the ground with my recurve before the Orange Army gets out here. So, thanks for joining me. I'm glad I could share this with you.